Welcome to LBTV News from Lindenwood University in Belleville, Illinois. I'm Gia Thompson.
And I'm Justin Turnell. Let's take a look at our first story put together by our very own Richard Burgess, who talked with Marcia Parker about Lindenwood's Sibley Day.
Sibley Day is a learning experience that takes place in a non-traditional fashion. So in other words, it doesn't take place in a traditional classroom setting like a lecture class or even a studio class. It really takes place in the broader community on the campus. And activities are planned that are different, that are sometimes entertaining, sometimes very specific in terms of subject matter, and it is a learning day for both faculty members and students combined. One of the things that I've done, and we've done in the theater department, is we've done improvisation, which has been really a lot of fun with faculty members and students and staff alike. So anyone that wanted to participate was welcome to do so, and it really was interesting watching everybody use their creativity and come together in a very informal fashion. So we're trying very hard to encourage students to participate without making it a have-to kind of thing, but to make it a want-to event where students and faculty kind of meet on a different level and explore learning from a different perspective. Come and have fun with us. Come and learn something in a completely relaxed kind of an atmosphere and explore a little bit, okay? Okay.
Thank you, Richard, for that story. This weekend, the theater department performed their first play of the year, The Drowsy Chaperone. Here's Casey Washhausen with a recap of the performance.
The musical The Drowsy Chaperone, it's about this agoraphobic man who is obsessed with Broadway musicals, and so he loves The Drowsy Chaperone.
I'm Ben Sonnenberg. Character I'm playing is George the Best Man. He is a very frantic character when things don't go his way, but he is a very fun-loving character, I would say, and he has a great time being with all of his friends, especially Robert the groom, which is his best friend in the show.
Hi, I'm Travis Pfeiffer. I'll be playing Robert Martin in the show The Drowsy Chaperone. Robert is a very high-energy character. He is the groom of the bride-to-be, Janet Vandegraff. He has a lot of passion. He's very...
Thank you for that story, Casey. Here on LBTV News, we will be introducing a new weekly segment highlighting one of Lindenwood's fine educators. This week, our very own Akeisha Green was on the story.
A people person is just one way to describe Dr. Andrea Boyles. Dr. Andrea Boyles, Division Chair of Social and Behavior Science, also Associate Professor of Criminal Justice here at Lindenwood, has been educationally inclined since she was a small child.
So I like to tell students all the time, I first became a student, a full-time student at the age of 2.
She has been at Lindenwood for 4 academic years and is socially interacted with students, faculty, and staff all over campus, which makes her who she is in and out of the classroom.
Maybe the difference with them in class versus outside of class is the structure. That might be different, right? Because I can be a little more flexible.
Dr. Boyles is one of the many educators who are impacting the lives of students every day. Regardless of the individual or their studies, she uses her life experiences and wisdom to produce great individuals.
So I help them to understand that their life on so many fronts doesn't happen in isolation, right? We're all interdependent. We coexist, and our lives and our experiences are commingled, and they overlap in so many ways.
Dr. Andrea Boyles is teaching as well as making history. She recently published a book titled Race, Place, Suburban Policing, Too Close for Comfort.
It's research. It is a project that I had the opportunity to conduct in the St. Louis region. And so it had always been important to me.
Developing a love for teaching was just the beginning of how Dr. Boyles found a love for teaching. Reporting live from LBTV, I'm Akeisha Green.
Thank you for that story, Akeisha. So Justin, are you ready for midterms?
Not really.
If you're like me or Justin, who have little to no information about midterms, stay tuned after this break for more.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
Even though it seems far away, midterms are approaching faster than we can see. Our own Kiaris Henry took the time to gather information about library hours, how the librarians can help, and how the library is a spot to be for study sessions.
I'm here reporting to you in front of the library to give you, the students, information about what the library has to offer. With midterms coming up, what are some resources that are available to students to help with research papers or projects here in the library?
The best resource that we have that the students might not think of is the people who work here. The staff and the students are great. They can direct us towards resources for your papers, so journal articles and books can help you narrow down those topics if they're too broad, if you're having trouble picking one. We have some great databases to get students started, like literati and opposing viewpoints. Just a whole lot of things here for the students.
What are some things that students have access to in the library but don't really know about?
Well, when you walk in, you see our very small collection of books. Most students don't realize how many items they actually have access to. It's over 27 million at this point. So that is print books, as well as movies and audiobooks. There are a ton of resources. And all of the digital resources are available on campus or off 24 hours a day.
So what are your hours for the library?
Our hours right now are Monday through Thursday, 7:30 to midnight, Friday, 7:30 to 5, Saturday, 12 to 5, and Sunday, 2 to 10 p.m.
I have one last question for you. So with the changes going on around campus, coming from over in the Dixon Center to over here in the main building, has it helped the students get involved more in the library and know where you all are located and just get students in the library?
I think it has definitely made a difference. We have a lot more space here. We have more computers. We are in the same building as the classes are, so you're already here. It makes it a little bit easier to stop by between classes and spend some time studying.
Thank you for talking with us.
Thank you.
I'm Kiaris Henry, reporter for LBTV News. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Kiaris, for that story. This past week, the American Red Cross hosted a blood drive that was located here at Lindenwood. Our own Devin Jackson was on the story.
On Friday, February 12th, Lindenwood held its annual blood drive in the Lynx Arena Rec Gym from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Students had to make an appointment prior to coming to donate blood. I caught up with Tiffany Marshall, who works for the American Red Cross, to talk about the initiative of the American Red Cross and her experience with them.
Well, the mission of the Red Cross is to prevent and alleviate human suffering in the face of emergencies by mobilizing volunteers and with the generosity of donors like we're doing here today. I have been working with the Red Cross since June. I actually graduated here from Lindenwood in May, and then I got a job with the Red Cross in June. Here at Lindenwood, we hold 3 blood drives a year, but we're holding blood drives all over the area every day. There's a blood drive, I would say. You just have to go online to check. Favorite part of the blood drives is definitely seeing the faces of the donors afterwards, after they have a good experience. They help save 3 lives, so they're pretty happy with themselves. It's an easy way to do it. So,
if you want to donate blood, contact the American Red Cross by calling 1-800-GIVE-LIFE or go online to www.americanredcrossblood.org. For LBTV News, I'm Devin Jackson.
Thanks, Devin. Now we will have a special segment with our own Kiaris Henry, who will be informing us of the upcoming activities right here on the campus of Lindenwood.
I'm Kiaris Henry, and this is a new segment of the show where we give you information on events that are happening on campus and around the Belleville area. On campus, weekly events are the BSU meeting every Monday night at 7:30 p.m. in the banquet hall, yoga every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. and Saturday at 11 a.m. on the 3rd floor in the auditorium building. Ladies, we need to get in there because the boys are totally taking over. Bible study every Wednesday in the banquet hall at 8 p.m. Hyperlinks meeting every Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. in room C100. Enactus meeting every Thursday at 12:15 p.m. in L building in room 206. I'm part of Enactus, and it's an amazing group. Enactus is all about empowering you, the students, to build a better school and community around you. Here are some events that will be happening this week. There will be a speaker series February 18th in the auditorium at 6:30 p.m. We'll have a report for you next week on the speaker series. Intramural Dodgeball on February 24th at 7 p.m. in the wrestling gym. Also, to celebrate Black History Month, we have the Soul Food Dinner in the Dixon Center at 9 p.m. on February 18th. The door decoration contest announcement will be at 12 p.m. February 19th. And this will be a close call because we have some amazing door decorations if you walk down the hall. We'll have a report for you on that contest winner next week. Cavs Black History Jeopardy is February 23rd at 6:30 p.m. in the Dixon Center. February 24th, the BSU is hosting a Poetry Slam, Voices Matter, in the auditorium at 7:30 p.m. We will have one event that will be happening in downtown Belleville that you don't want to miss, Diva Night. Diva Night will be Thursday, February 18th, and is from 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. in downtown Belleville. I love going down there because you meet some amazing women who will make you laugh. To find out more information about Diva Night, go to belleville.net/calendar. We'll be back after this short break.
The Lynx cheerleading team will be competing in the Midwest Regional Qualifier this Saturday. Our very own Christian Poletti, who is a member of the team, has the story.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
In a cheer routine, there's lots of tumbling, which is like gymnastics, and stunting, where you throw girls up in the air, basket tosses, pyramids. A competition goes for about, I would say, 4 to 6 hours. So the competition, it starts at 10 o'clock in the morning. The participants, they come at 8 o'clock and they just start stretching, they warm up. They have like 3 stations where they warm up, and then they have like 7 minutes in between each routine, and they go on and perform. So there will be 7 other cheer teams and 4 other dance teams as well. You know, it's actually going pretty well. I know that the cheer team had a really rough start, and, you know, I'm very new here and I just barely started, but, you know, they just keep on going and keep on working really hard, and we're doing really well, and we're so far undefeated. We've had 3 other competitions already, and we've won first place out of 3 other cheer teams, and we have 3 more competitions to go. There's one at home, obviously, this weekend, another one in Iowa, and then in Florida. I think we're actually going to do really well. I think we're going to continue to be undefeated this year. So.
Thank you, Christian, for that story. Now that spring is slowly on its way, the time has come for one of my favorite sports here at Lindenwood, and that is softball. LBTV reporter and Lynx softball player Bailey Walker was on the story to provide a softball preview.
We are younger than any team I've ever coached before. That would be the biggest difference. We're also probably as talented, if not more talented, than any team I've ever coached. So for the meantime, getting through some growing pains early in the year, finding our own niche as to what we are capable of doing and showing consistency in it and confidence in it would be the biggest things for us early. You know, they do a preseason national ranking as well as a conference ranking. We were rated #1 preseason and conference out of 14 teams, which was an outstanding acknowledgement, and it helps us, you know, maybe pick up some things about last year where we weren't really acknowledged much at all early in the season. The preseason ranking for top 25 is recognized through the National Athletic Fast Pitch Coaches Association as well as through NAIA, and we were rated 23rd, which is the first ranking in the history of our program. So we're pretty excited about that. Oh, we want to make the World Series. You know, our goal every year is to make the World Series and win a national championship. The difference for us right now is we have a lot of growing pains to get through, and you know, it's awesome to have a pitching staff where we have 3 juniors and 5 freshmen, and we can grow the rest of our team around our pitching because we think we have solid pitching. I think it's also important for us right now where we've increased our athleticism and speed to where we really can cause some problems for other teams. But you know, the consistency and confidence in what we do are important, so we execute in good plays. You have to be the most consistent person in the program, and it makes you it's sometimes liked or disliked based on the day. As long as your players understand that you're out there for their best interest, not just your interest, so that you aren't looking good at the expense of kids, I think that kids will follow and they'll be motivated to play for you. We will travel the 25th of February down to Fayetteville, Arkansas, Evangel University hosting us and getting us started on 3 games on the 26th, Friday, where we face Evangel first game at 10 a.m. and at 12 noon, Oklahoma City, who's a perennial 7-time national champion for NAI. And then at 2 p.m. back-to-back, we will play Bellevue of Nebraska, who is rated 22nd preseason, right in front of us. The second day is Saturday the 27th, where we open up against Oklahoma Science and Arts, who we upset in the first round of playoffs last year. And I'm sure that they'll be ready for us, as well as right behind them, Midland of Nebraska. So we have a great schedule the first weekend. We immediately turn around and come home, and on Tuesday leave for Pensacola, Florida, and Gulf Shores, Alabama, and play some great competition down there. Mobile, Alabama is 7th in the country. Reinhardt of Georgia, who was in our postseason regional. So we'll see some great teams down there as well.
Taking a look at some more Lynx athletics, this past Saturday, the men's and women's basketball teams traveled to Hannibal, Missouri to take on the Hannibal-LaGrange Trojans. Both teams came away with a victory, with the women winning 86-61 and the men finishing at 74-71. Both teams were back in action yesterday as they took on the Owls of William Woods. The result, however, were not in favor for either team, as the women lost 76-65 and the men fell 78-75. The Lady Lynx now stand at 9-17 overall, and the men at 12-14.
Our men's hockey team was also in action last Friday and Saturday as they took on Missouri State University both days. The Lynx won both contests with the final scores of 6-1 and 6-0. Catch them in action this Friday and Saturday as they take on Midland University in their final 2 games. That's all we have for today. Thank you for watching LBTV. I'm Gia Thompson.
And I'm Justin Turneau. Have a great day.